What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy SHADIII, joined with SHADIII. Yes, sir. And today's date, let me show you all the date really quick if it focuses. It is November 17th, 3 p.m. and the World Cup starts in 3 days. What were you gonna say? It starts in 3 days, so the opening match is on the 20th. And Hattie and I are going to be making our predictions for the group stage as to who we think is going to get out. Quick backstory, y'all. This is the 22nd World Cup in its inception in the year 2022, which is kind of cool. I just did a quick Google search, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's what Google told me.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
But the World Cup currently is followed along with a lot of controversy. Netflix just released a documentary as to how FIFA is corrupt and how Qatar got the World Cup. So a lot of countries that are protesting against the World Cup and boycotting the World Cup this year. In terms of like everything, it's kind of sad to see too. Like in the middle of the season, you stopped everything. A lot of injuries, players not playing. Like I think I saw like a thing of players who are not playing in the World Cup this year, and it's crazy. The players that are gonna miss it to injury or because they didn't qualify. Like for example, Hattie was like, did Italy not qualify?" And I was like, man. "Yeah, like."
That's nuts to me because of especially how great they did in the Euros too, man.
I mean, they win. You have the European champion of the Euros not playing the World Cup.
Not even playing in the World Cup.
And so, according to Google and the internet, only 8 countries have won the World Cup. And those countries are Brazil, Germany, Italy, Argentina, Uruguay, France, England, and Spain. So this is the only 8 countries that have won the World Cup. So for this year, do you want to see a new country win it? What do you want to see? Who do you want to see to win?
I'd like to see, personally me, I'm a Germany fan, but I'm a bigger Cristiano Ronaldo fan, so I'd love to see Cristiano lift the World Cup at the end of the season, man.
I am also a very big Germany fan, so I'm biased. I would like to see Germany progress all the way into the World Cup final, win it, but I think a World Cup final of Argentina and Portugal would absolutely break the internet.
It'd be the greatest sporting event of all time.
I think it would be the most watched televised sport event
of all time.
Ever. I think the FIFA did a simulation and they predicted that Argentina was going to win the World Cup. When looking into it, they're on an unbeaten streak of 36 games.
Can't count out that Portugal squad though. That Portugal squad looks really solid this year. I think this is the best team Ronaldo's ever had around him.
So let's jump into the predictions. So I'm going to put a table up really quick as to what the group stage is looking like. There are 8 groups, 32 teams. 2 teams will progress from each group into the round of 16, and then it goes round of 16, round of 8, which is the quarterfinal, semifinal, then the World Cup final. First group of the World Cup: Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. Who are you taking to make it out of this group?
Me personally, I see the Flying Dutchman coming through with the #1 spot in this group.
Okay.
And a little this is a little hopeful of a pick just for my guy Sadio Mane right now. Feels bad, man. He just got injured playing for my beloved club, Bayern Munich, man. And so I'd love to see his team do it for him and get him through the group stages. Maybe he can come back healthy at some point through the tournament. That'd be a crazy story to see. So I see Senegal taking second and Ecuador coming in third and Qatar with the first round exit. I know it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
Based on past odds, man. Usually the team that hosts the World Cup at least makes it out the group stage, but I think personally, I don't see it happening this year.
Yeah, so really quick, Senegal has confirmed that Sadio Mane will not be playing in the World Cup this year. I think they were hoping that he would be fit enough to go, but I don't think they're going to risk it. So he's not going to be playing this year. But to speak to your Qatar, after the inception of the World Cup, only one time has a team that is a host nation not made it out of the group, and that was in 2010, South Africa, when they didn't make it out. And I think that Qatar is going to repeat this trend. I think this one I'm gonna put it the same way as you. Netherlands, I think it's a very strong team. They have a lot of youth. I think hopefully Virgil van Dijk is able to find his form and play pretty good tournament. I don't think they make a super deep run this time. I think they'll get out of the group stage. I think they top this group. I think Senegal finishes second, Ecuador third, and then Qatar, unfortunately. I do think, as much as I would love to see them make it out,
I'd like to see it. I'm not dissing on them, but I mean,
I don't think they do it.
Speaking odds-wise,
I don't think so. Group B: England, Iran, USA, and Wales. This one is going to be a fun one because
I have a controversial pick on this.
This one, okay. This one's going to be fun because it's going to be the war of, is it called soccer or football? And so basically, this is how I think this group is going to line up. I think England will top the group in this stage. They have a very, very strong team. I do think that there were some questionable calls of players that they did not take with them. And then I think USA gets second in this group. And then I think Iran finishes third. And then Wales, I think, is the team that's going to finish fourth.
You're seeing Wales out of here.
Yeah. The only top 2 teams are gonna make it out. I don't think Wales makes it out of the group. I think England, USA gotta represent the countries over here. No bias aside, obviously.
Man, I feel that. But me personally, man, I love this current US squad we got right now, man. But they're just really too young and inexperienced for me right now. But me personally, man, the Welsh wizard Gareth Bale is truly in form when he plays in these international tournaments, man. I mean, I see the Welsh wizard taking his team out of the group stage, and so I see England first, Wales second, USA third, and Iran fourth.
Wow. Amin, he doesn't mean this. Amin. And for those of you that don't know who Amin is my buddy that I filmed with. You guys are watching the videos that I've been rolling out. Damn, okay. And so, you know what? That's fair enough. So Hattie's picks. So Shaddy's picks for this one. I'm taking England out and USA out. Hattie's taking England and Wales out. Okay, Group C. Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Who are your picks for this group to make it out?
I have another controversial pick.
Interesting, okay.
So I see Argentina making it.
Okay.
Topping the group. I mean, like you said, they're on a unbeaten 36 streak right now.
Yep.
And so, I mean, they're just untouchable, to be fair. And so, with the second spot, this is where things get a little controversial. I know the more complete squad definitely is Mexico.
Okay.
But my guy Robert Lewandowski, man, he's just too good. So, see Poland second in this group, and then Mexico and Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Like you, I'm taking Argentina to make it out of this group. I do think Argentina is going to make a very deep run in this World Cup. I just think that their squad depth right now and their chemistry, how they're playing, is just very surreal. It's very cool to watch if you're an Argentina fan. I think this is something that you could look forward to in this World Cup. So I'm taking Argentina to top this group. I am going to take Mexico to get second in this group. I think Mexico also has a pretty good team. And I mean, you have to throw it to Ochoa. Ochoa plays like...
Dude, yeah, that's very fair. Exactly.
This man...
We talked about these tournament players, man.
This man shows up.
He might be one of the best goalkeepers I've ever witnessed live. Like, when you watch... If you watch the 2014 World Cup, yo, you know what I'm talking about.
This guy's a blend in the World Cup. Is a blend of prime, like, Casillas and, like... Peter Cech. So I am going to take Mexico to make it second out of this group. So I think Argentina gets first, second comes out. And then I think Poland will finish third. I would love to see Lewandowski make a run, but I don't think that they're able to top this group. But I think Saudi Arabia falls out of this group. So Group C prediction for Hattie is Argentina and Poland as 1 and 2. My predictions, Argentina and Mexico. Group D. Group D is an interesting one. France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. With Group D, there is a European World Cup champions curse. That is an observation that usually happens when teams are playing. And this dates back to the first World Cup champions to fall to the curse were France after winning the 1998 World Cup. And then it goes back then to Italy, who wins the World Cup in 2006, but failed to get out of the group stage. And then 2010, Spain wins it, fails to get out of the group stage. The last World Cup, our beloved Germany team wins the World Cup in 2018, in 2014, and then in 2018 they do not qualify out of the group. So, bringing it back then, Group D: France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. What are your picks in this one?
I mean, if France didn't have an absolute cakewalk in front of them, I would maybe have predicted that they could have seen a first round exit this year just to have some fun and go with the flow of the curse, man.
Yeah.
But I really do see France topping this group, man. I don't think there's anyone in this group that can really touch them.
Okay.
I see Denmark coming second. They got a lot of solid midfield and defensive options, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so it'll see them through past the group stage and into the round of 16. And so then I have Tunisia coming in third and Australia coming fourth.
Okay. So I'm going to make 2 picks in this one. I'm going to make my heart picks, what I think is going to happen, and I'm going to make the logical picks. So this one is just for the banter. I'm taking Denmark first, Tunisia second, Australia, and France. That's just for the banter.
Yeah, for sure.
France falls to the World Cup. Realistically, I do think that France tops this group, makes it out. They have
too solid of a squad.
They have such a deep squad. They have a lot of injuries, yes. I think Nkunku got injured recently.
That's how strong they were in the Euros, though.
I mean, they got knocked out by the Swiss in the Euros, so they are a team that is beatable.
Who knows, yeah.
In a series where they have to win 3 games, I think maybe they'll lose 1, but they win 2 and they still top the group.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm taking France.
It's absolute cakewalk. It's not too
That's why I'm like, I think Denmark could put up a good fight. Denmark is always a dark horse. Like in the Euros, they did really good. And so this seeding, I'm taking France number 1, Denmark number 2, same as you. Then I'm taking Tunisia and Australia. So basically this one I'm taking the same picks as you. It's just, like I said, logically, that's just what makes sense. But I would think it would be hilarious if France doesn't make it out of this group. Group E, this is a fun one. Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. So my picks for this one, I'm taking Germany number 1, just because Germany that's the team that I always root for. Spain number 2, Japan, and then Costa Rica.
You went Japan, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So I got the same order as you, but I went Costa Rica, Japan.
And in this group, Germany, and Germany is a fun topic too, because Miroslav Klose, the top World Cup goal scorer with 16 goals. Muller, the top active goal scorer right now, he has 10 goals in World Cups. I do hope that he beats that record this year. I think it'd be really cool. I think he's the only player that might be able to. But Germany with 4 World Cups, I would love to see them get to 5th and tie Brazil, who has the most World Cups. Both of our predictions are Germany and Spain making out.
Group F is actually it was the hardest group I had to make a decision.
I think Group F and Group H for me would be considered the group of death for me. So Group F, you have Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Here's my predictions for Group F. My predictions for Group F, I think Belgium finishes in first.
Canada.
I'm taking Canada second. I'd like to see Prime Alphonso Davies playing on heartbreak, making it through, progressing through. And then I think Croatia will make it third and Morocco finish fourth. I think that 2 seed, I think the Canada, I think it's going to be a big fight between Belgium, Canada, and Croatia, but I'm going to take Canada just to edge over Croatia. What about your picks?
I actually take Croatia to top this group, man. Okay. I think Luka Modric is just...
He's a different breed.
Class. He's pure class, man. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, their squad's pretty solid, man. They were good enough to make it to the finals of the World Cup in 2018, man. I wouldn't sleep on Croatia this year. And
I just think that they're an older team this year. I think they have quality, they have class players,
they're
but
class. They're pure class. And class just outshows anything. Man.
I think so. We'll see.
At the end of the day, it will.
Okay.
And so.
And then Belgium, I'm guessing you take second.
I do take Belgium second. They're just, man, Belgium's just a really tough squad to bet against sometimes, man. And I love Alphonso Davies. I love Canada right now. The team looks very young. I have a lot of hope for Canada and US in the future.
Yeah. Especially the next World Cup.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think. Yes, Alphonso Davies, prime Alphonso Davies incoming in, but I see Belgium topping them and Canada and Morocco.
So Group F predictions, SHADIII prediction, Belgium, Canada, Hattie prediction, Croatia, Belgium to make it out there. Group G, Brazil, who has now won 5 World Cups and like you said have an absolutely insane squad. They have a really good squad this year. I think Argentina and Brazil definitely favorites to kind of progress through. Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. Who are you picking in this group and why?
Man, I'm taking Brazil first.
Of course.
Classic.
Yes.
But for number 2, man, I'm going Serbia.
Interesting.
Vlahovic, Tadic, like Milinkovic, Savic. Like there's a lot of solid players. They've always had great defenders too. So I take them coming in second here. I think they have a way better squad than Switzerland and Cameroon.
So I'm taking Brazil to top this group. I still am taking Switzerland to finish second. Switzerland, when it comes to these competitions, they're always a different breed. They're always like, I mean, you saw them. They knocked out France out of the Euros.
They did indeed.
They have a pretty, like I said, on paper it's like questionable, but you have a player in Granit Xhaka right now who's found form. He's playing pretty well, and I think if you just kind of let them fire on all cylinders, I do think that they progress through. And then Serbia and Cameroon. So Hattie's picks for this one: Brazil, Serbia. SHADIII picks Brazil and Switzerland. And the final group of the group stage.
This is really solid.
This is a fun one. My dark horse is in this group as well. Portugal, who has Cristiano Ronaldo, Ghana, Uruguay, and the Korea Republic, South Korea. Some of my favorite players are in this group as well, but Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea Republic. Here is who I'm taking in this group, and you might find this a little controversial, but my dark horse for this group for this World Cup is Uruguay. I think Uruguay has...
I think they're a stupid solid.
They have a very good team.
Valverde is insane right now. I think
crazy
Valverde is the best midfielder in the world.
Right now, you could argue Valverde is having the season of his life right now.
And if that continues to bleed into World Cup form, man, that dude's gonna tear things up.
I think Uruguay is my dark horse, so I'm taking them to top this group, actually.
Top the group, okay.
I think they're topping this group, and then I'm taking Portugal to make it out of the group in second place. Ghana, and I think Ghana will finish fourth, and I think the Korea Republic finishes third. I love Son. They also have a really good team. You have to look at it. Son, they have Kim Min-jae, who is a very informed center back as well for Napoli. So this one is the same thing. I think it's a toss-up for like Group F, where I think it's going to be a fight between Portugal, Uruguay, and the Korea Republic. But I'm taking Uruguay number 1, Portugal number 2, Korea Republic 3, and then Ghana as number 4. Your picks?
Man, I'm taking Portugal to come in first.
Okay.
And that's just off of this absolute god squad Cristiano Ronaldo has around him this year. I mean, this is by far the greatest international team I think I've ever seen surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo.
I agree.
I think it was a real shame that Ronaldo Sanchez was left out of this team. I always see him play very good in these international tournaments. He's always a very solid player, but I mean, when you look at the midfield, you can't argue that he didn't make it. I mean, there's Bruno Fernandes, there's Bernardo Silva. There's just a lot of solid players around him right now. You've got Joao Cancelo, Ruben Diaz.
Yeah.
I mean, man, this is by far the best Portugal squad.
Listen, I agree with you, but I think if you don't have a good coach, I think that's where things kind of fall. So you're taking Portugal tops this group?
And then Uruguay second,
okay.
Of course, man.
So you haven't flipped them, okay.
Yeah, and then South Korea, Ghana.
Okay, so same thing. So Hattie's picks for this one, Portugal, Uruguay. My picks, Uruguay, Portugal. And that is going to do all 8 groups of our predictions. Who do you think is going to make it out of these groups, and who is your pick to win the World Cup? Because it's going to be a fun one, I think. Yeah, thank you all for those of you that made it to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Woo!